Rolled out of bed, slipped on my clogs, head downstairs, time to walk the dog, walk the dog, walk the dog. First thing that I do is walk the dog. I used to have a good job to tie up the hog. Now all I do is walk the dog, walk the dog, walk the dog. All I've got to do is walk the dog. I don't need a paycheck, I don't need a boss. I'll get my compensation when he shakes paws. Walk the dog, honey, walk the dog. Best job I ever had, walk the dog. Now when I retire, you won't be able to tell. I'll do what I do that I do so well. Walk the dog, walk the dog. You know I do it well, I walk the dog. You won't be able to tell. I'll do what I do that I do so well. Walk the dog, gonna walk the dog. You know I do it well, I walk the dog. Hey, well I can do anything, you know I can't fail, as long as I can get on a wag his tail. Walk the dog, walk the dog. There's nothing I can't do, walk the dog. We're delighted to be here. So thrilled to be part of Blue House Live. We're going to be doing original acoustic tunes for you tonight. And this is a really incredible opportunity for those of us who are performing musicians. We're fortunate because both Bob, who's a woodworker, and I myself are able to be employed during this period of time. But we think about our many musician friends who do this for a living. And we're so grateful to Blue House for hosting this amazing series. I hope you'll check out the other shows that are on the Blue House Live and Blue House Productions YouTube channel and Blue House Live site. So we're thrilled to be here. You'll see in the chat and you'll see on your screen that there are opportunities to donate. A portion of your proceeds will go to Blue House Productions, who makes these series available. And a portion of your proceeds will go to the Kent Cultural Alliance. That's, Bob and I live in Kent County, and that is our local arts council, and they have supported us and so many artists. So I hope you'll consider doing that. This is a true tale. When they ask you how you got your name, you best have a tale to tell. Well, this is mine, and I hope you'll find I told it well, I told it well. My mother, she was carrying me the day she took to sea. The sea bore the ship, and the ship bore her, and somehow she bore me. and somehow she bore me. They sailed from Puerto Rico for a new life in New York. But late at night, when all was still, they felt a thunderous shock. The ship took a mighty shock. The ship began to groan and list. Water breached the hold. My mother prayed to love her end as the ship she pitched and rolled. As the ship she pitched and rolled. The captain came to my mother then, said, though we may all be drowned, would you like to bear and hold your child before the ship goes down? Before the ship goes down. My mother, she consented, and the captain lent a hand. And I came forth upon this earth, though never to see land, though never to see land. Some miracle attended there for the ship. She made her way, and the passengers and crew rejoiced when she docked at end of day. When she docked at end of day. And as they lit upon the land and inspected the broken hull, a second shock they had that day to see a whale filled up the hole. A whale patched up the hole. The whale was jammed up in the breach, and the seal lit like a drum. And when he could not rise to breathe, he knew his time had come. Must have known his time had come. Now I'm named for the captain. There's no finer man at sea. But if I knew it, I'd take the name of the whale who died for me, who gave his life for me. So when they ask you how you got your name, you best have a tale to tell. Well, this is mine, and I hope you'll find I told it well, I told it well. I'm going to bring Bob back and continue our whale theme. So, first let me make sure I'll be in good shape. Somewhere, I get some water. So, it's been a pretty tough week, America. And this song was inspired by a book that was written during a time of great division. One of my very favorite books, Moby Dick, was published in 1851. And what I always find amazing about that story is, of course, it is about so much more than a whale. But it's a portrait of our nation at a time when we were incredibly divided and when great storms were brewing. And there's a phenomenon, there's actually a famous chapter in this book called Fast Fish, Loose Fish. And it invokes one of the laws of the sea. And that is, I'm not an expert in admiralty law, but that rule says that if you've caught a whale and you've got it tied to an occupied ship, it's yours. If your ship's not occupied, someone else could come and take it. If you harpoon it and leave it out in the middle of the sea, hoping to come back later and get it, it's not necessarily yours. And if a fish, a whale, is out there unclaimed, someone else can come and claim it, even though you've captured it and you're coming back to harvest it. So, fortunately, we don't do that anymore. But if we did, this law would matter a lot to us. In this famous chapter, Melville goes on to divide the world into fast fish and loose fish. He talks about all the things that you can count on that are secure or that are really tightly held, maybe by somebody else. And he talks about all the things you might not be able to count on. Fast fish, loose fish. Oh, a fast fish is a fast fish when it's tied to an occupied boat. Oh, a loose fish is a loose fish when it's unmoored and given to float. Oh, a fast fish is a fast fish when it's yours for the taking and marked. Oh, a loose fish is a loose fish when it never was yours from the start. When it never was yours from the start. Oh, I spied me a gentrified lady, and I landed her to be my wife. But so wild and untamed did I find her, I abandoned her on the seas of life. But regretting the deed, I endeavored to reclaim the loose fish I had won. But I found that another had harpooned her, and another's fast fish she'd become. And another's fast fish she'd become. Oh, a fast fish is a fast fish when it's yours for the taking and marked. Oh, a loose fish is a loose fish when it never was yours from the start. When it never was yours from the start. What is the serf for the slave, or the burdensome sharecropper's lease? What is the archbishop's millions, seized from the poor's bread and cheese? What is the reach of the landlord, or the debt collector's cold claw? It's the claim of the ship on the fast fish, when possession's the whole of the law. When possession's the whole of the law. Oh, a fast fish is a fast fish when it's yours for the taking and marked. Oh, a loose fish is a loose fish when it never was yours from the start. When it never was yours from the start. What are the rights of man and the liberties of all the world? What are restraint and discretion when into the seas they've been hurled? What of your standard of living, your right to a fair rate of pay? What is freedom of expression when they've left you nothing to say? What are our democratic traditions when the have-nots are silenced by haves? All of these things, friends, are loose fish, and all of our rights up for grabs, and all of our rights up for grabs. Oh, a fast fish is a fast fish when it's yours for the taking and marked. Oh, a loose So, of course, you know, I'm Pam Ortiz, and our percussionist and pianist tonight is Bob Ortiz. We come as a team.
Fast fish, loose fish, no.
I'm your fast fish, baby. This song is really a rewrite, it's sort of a after Robert Johnson's 3220 Blues, which is a song about a gun. And we have 2 adult children, but when they were younger, we listened to a lot of Beatles, and you know that "Run for Your Life If You Can" tune was verboten when I was driving and that song came on, because we were not going to listen to a song about domestic violence. 3220 ain't a whole lot better. But a good friend said, why don't you rewrite it? Why don't you write a version of something similar where the woman gets everything she wants? This is 24/7 Man. When I call, my baby comes running fast as he can. When I call, my baby comes running fast as he can. When I need love, and he's my 24/7 man. When I feel lousy, troubled, or uptight. When I feel lousy, troubled, or uptight. He's got my prescription and he makes me feel alright. Every night he loves to rub my feet. Every night he loves to massage my feet. And if he can't do it, his day's just not complete. He brings me chocolate, brings me a glass of wine. Brings me dark chocolate, brings me a glass of wine. 24/7 he keeps me feeling fine. He loves me day and night. 24/7 loves me day and night. And with all that practice, you know he gets it right. He can patch the drywall, spackle and paint it too. He can patch the drywall, spackle and paint it too. When I need repair, he knows just what to do. When I call, my baby comes running fast as he can. When I call, my baby comes running fast as he can. 'Cause when I need love, and he's my 24/7 man. Bob's gonna be getting phone calls.
Yeah, right.
That's it. I'm gonna switch instruments here for a second. Thank you. Doesn't do that. There we go. This is the Fissure. Some men play at another man's work. That's a strange concept to me. I've toiled all my life, getting up before dawn, eking a life from the sea. There are things that I know you won't read in a book. You can't Google the feel of the waves, or what I can tell from a scent on the wind, or how the tide swells and behaves. I see these fine boats tied up on the dock. There's little room left for my breed, but a woman or man who works with their hands will always be someone you need. So come all you oystermen, crabbers and such, those who trawl for a living like me, and we'll toast to ourselves and those like-minded souls who feed all the world from the sea. Some are captains of industry, poets and kings, but a simple life's fine, you'd agree. I'm a Christ who's a fisher of men, so I guess fishing's just fine for me. Let Bob get over to the piano.
While Pam's getting her guitar, I'll tell you a little bit about this song. We had, I spent a day with a good friend of ours, a wonderful person, Vince Raymond, and we walked through his farm, and he and I talked about trees. And they lived near a place called Still Pond Creek. And Vince, one day, well, at one point during our conversation and our walk, took me to the edge of his field right by the creek, and he said to me, I could walk down those stairs, get on a boat, and sail to China. And there was just something about that I just loved. If he had asked me, what could you do going down these stairs, I would have said to him, I could get on the boat and go to the other side of the creek. And there was just something about that worldview that made me fall in love with him even more than I already loved him. And I came home and told Pam that story. And one of the things that happens when you share your life with a songwriter is you never know when that story is going to become a song. And this is a song called Still Pond to China.
If I paddle Still Pond Creek, soon I'll enter the Chesapeake. From this reedy tidal beach, all the world is within reach.
I can sail from China from this dock. I can sail from China from this dock.
I could leave today at 5 o'clock I could sail to China from this dock. When I'm tired and feeling low, deal's gone sour, work is slow, I'll stock my boat and sail away for the shores of old Cathay. I could sail to China from this dock. I could sail to China from this dock. I could leave today at 5 o'clock. I could sail to China from this dock. Now some folks fret to pay the bills. Some see mountains, others hills, thinking small will bring you down. Bigger vision, smaller frown. I could sail to China from this dock. I could sail to China from this dock. I could leave today at 5 o'clock. I could sail to China from this dock. I could sail to China from this dock. I could sail to China from this dock. I could leave today at 5 o'clock. I could sail to China from this dock. Thanks for telling that story. I just want to put a plug in for Blue House Productions. We met Jeff Gruber 30 years ago, and we've produced quite a few albums with him over the years, even a live video of a musical concert, that's a musical, that we did, and nobody makes us sound better. So we are always happy to work with Blue House. We love coming here. And this is the title cut from an album we recorded here in 2012. I gotta check though. Rattle them chains, rattle them chains, rattle them shackles on the wall. Rattle them chains, rattle them chains, rattle them shackles on the wall. One too many legacies, one too many fine homes. Ended up that family tree on roots tangled in black man's bones. Rattle them chains, rattle them chains, rattle them
shackles on the wall.
Rattle them chains, rattle them chains, rattle them shackles on the wall. Think you earn this by yourself, think this is your due. Better check that cellar wall for oppression's residue.
Rattle them chains, rattle them chains,
rattle them shackles on the wall. Rattle them chains, rattle them chains, rattle them shackles on the wall. Nobody's got clear title unless the land was cleared by his toil. No such thing as clean money when the hands that receive it are soiled. Rattle them chains, rattle them chains, rattle them shackles on the wall. Rattle them chains, rattle them chains, rattle them shackles on the wall. One child goes to Harvard, one child goes to Yale. One child damn near lucky just to keep himself out of jail. Rattle them chains, rattle them chains, rattle them shackles on the wall. Rattle them chains, rattle them chains, rattle them shackles on the wall. Now your child's doing powder, my child's doing rock. Your child gets PBJ, mine's thrown in the old cell block. Rattle them chains, rattle them chains, rattle them shackles on the wall. Rattle them chains, rattle them chains, rattle them shackles on the wall. You know your name's on the mailbox, and your name's on the yacht. Well, guess what? That's my name too.
On everything you got.
Rattle them
Chains, rattle them chains,
rattle them
shackles on the wall.
rattle them chains, rattle them chains, rattle them
Shackles on the wall.
rattle them chains, rattle them chains, rattle them shackles on the wall. Rattle them chains, rattle them chains, rattle them shackles on the wall. So just as a reminder, we would love you to make a contribution to support this series and support Blue House Live. They're doing amazing work to support artists. And do check out all the other performances that artists have done. They are really stellar. And a portion of the proceeds will also benefit Kent Cultural Alliance. That's our hometown arts council, which has supported us and so many musicians and artists in our community. So I hope you'll consider that. You can find the information in the chat. It might be on your screen as well. Do consider that. So I mentioned that we had done a musical. I'm going to get a drink in a second. But we've worked with a phenomenal group of local artists in our Eastern Shore community to create this, to write it, to produce concert versions of it over the last 5 or 6 years. It's called Red Devil Moon. And it's inspired by the writing of Jean Toomer, who wrote a seminal Harlem Renaissance novel in 1923 called Cain, that takes place in a small sharecropping town where there's an abandoned cotton factory, and it's populated by cotton farmers and sugarcane farmers and sharecroppers. And this is the song, once I tune it, this will be the song that is sung by the old men as they sit around the cane circle at night. There's a mule who's tied to a pole who turns the spit that grinds the cane, and they spend the night swapping stories, boiling the cane, crushing the cane in the grinder, and then boiling the cane into syrup. It's a long and arduous process. And this is sort of expressive of that in the show. It's called The Circle. Up from rotting floorboards, cold stone factory walls, the autumn dusk will grab you and hold you in its thrall. Think you're independent, have plans to go your way. The chains of life will hold you mired in the Georgia clay. Pivot in the grinder will wear a man down. Man lives life in that circle till he's in the ground. You're about as free as a mule harnessed to a pole. Think you're on your way somewhere, think you're in control. Season after season, everything's the same. You're still picking cotton, you're still grinding cane. Pivot in the grinder will wear a man down. You'll go round that circle till you're in the ground. Little boys dream of the men they'll be someday. Young men dream of jelly roll and romping in the hay. Working men dream of better work and better pay. Old men dream of childhood and live in yesterday. Pivot in the grinder will wear a man down. Man lives life in that circle till he's in the ground. You're about as free as a mule harnessed to a pole. Think you're on your way somewhere, think you're in control. Season after season, everything's the same. You're still picking cotton, you're still grinding cane. Pivot in the grinder will wear a man down. You'll go around that circle till you're in the ground. Let's do this.
You know, I remember when we recorded this next song at Blue House. It's called Working Man, and Jeff had the idea of running some working tools in the background. And at first we were like, what? But it turned out great. It was a great recording. We did it with our friends Sambarkin, and in the background you can hear drill guns and saws and things like that going on. It's a great song.
Not tonight, though. We're not going to play the saw. You gotta love the working man. You gotta love the working man. You gotta love the working man. He's working for you and me. He paints the walls and he mops the floor, installs the windows and he hangs the doors. We lie in bed while he does the chores. He's working for you and me. You gotta love the working man. You gotta love the working man. That's right. You gotta love the working man. He's working for you and me. He shovels gravel and he paves the road. Make sure the shrubs are trimmed, the lawns are mowed. He fills the truck and then he hauls the load. He's working for you and me. You gotta love the working man. That's right. You gotta love the working man. All night. You gotta love the working man. He's working for you and me. He labors daily in the heat of day. Prepares the bed, hauls the trash away. He picks the berries, hauls the trash away. He's working for you and me. You gotta love the working man. That's right. You gotta love the working man. You gotta love the working man. He's working for you and me. And what about his female counterpart? She works as hard and does it all with heart, and generally paid less for her part. Since she's working for you and me. You gotta love the working man and woman. You gotta love the working man and woman. You gotta love the working man. He's working for you and me. He trawls your seafood from the ocean floor, fetches another when you ask for more. Scrubs the plate until his hands are sore. He's working for you and me. You gotta love the working man. That's right. You gotta love the working man. All night. You gotta love the working man. He's working for you and me. She's working for you and me. He's working for you and me. working. So, you know that scene in the movie Moonstruck where Cher is standing at the window watching the plane take off? And there's a little old Italian lady next to her with a black veil on, and a little old Italian's crying, and Cher says, I know we're gonna miss them so much. She said, what? I put a curse on that plane. I hate to say that, but I had at least one relative that was like that. This song is inspired by that. It's called Old World Blues. Trampled my affections, you used me as a mat. You couldn't get out fast enough, but I took care of that. I put a curse on you. I put a curse on you. I'm not just gonna take it. I put a curse on you. I wouldn't climb that mountain, not since you broke my heart. That mountain's a volcano, if you climb it, it will start. 'Cause I put a curse on you. I put a curse on you. Don't you think I'd do it? I put a curse on you. Travel on an airplane, don't lay bets at the track. Don't mess around with ladders, you'll find yourself flat out on your back. I put a curse on you. I put a curse on you. Trouble's gonna find you. I put a curse on you. Don't double-cross me on a contract. Don't cheat on me at cards. Don't try to get one over, and don't ever break my heart. I put a curse on you. I put a curse on you. Don't you think I'd do it? I put a curse on you. Don't mess with small Italian women, 'cause I'm gonna make you some nice homemade pasta with the fresh pesto. Maybe for dessert a little cannoli. Then I'm gonna make you an offer you can't refuse. That's it. Maybe next. I know what we're doing. Yeah. Boys, it's best you beware when you see it in the air. That's the haze of a red devil moon. When the air's so moist and thick, it's so sweet it makes you sick. That's the night of a red devil moon. When you're hungry for more, come on at that factory door. You can't hide from that red devil moon. When your woman can't be found, chances are she's playing around, led astray by that red devil moon. When the hounds start to bay and the chickens will not lay, that's the night of a red devil moon. And strange things will unfold when it has you in its hold on the night of a red devil moon. When you're hungry for more, come on out that factory door.
You can't hide from that red devil moon. When your woman can't be found, chances are she's playing around, led astray by that red devil moon.
On a night such as this, when there's magic in the mist, that's the night of a red devil moon. And strange things will unfold when it has you in its hold on the night of a red devil moon. When you're hungry for more, come on out that factory door. You can't hide from that red devil moon. When your woman can't be found, chances are she's playing around, led astray by that red devil moon. When nature is transformed like the air before a storm, that's the night of a red devil moon. When the mule mounts the calf and you crave what you can't have, that's the night of a red devil moon. When you're hungry for more, come on out that factory door. You can't hide from that red devil moon. When your woman can't be found, chances are she's playing around, led astray by that red devil moon. Yeah, keep going. Yeah. So we get something. Do you feel like you're in our living room?
I wish.
That's pretty close. It's about as close as it gets. And we sound better here than there, probably. This song is really about coffee. Who doesn't like a song about coffee? But what it's really about are the places we can't go right now. All those coffee houses and places we hang out. And how those places really are a refuge for many who don't have a place to go. This is called Coffee House Redemption. You and I are rough around the edges, working on those 12 steps and those pledges. Both escaped to rehab, saw it as a break. Now rehab's gonna kill us, ain't much more we're bound to take. Thank God the day shift's tired of us and us to get some joe. Time to add that caffeine buzz to the methadone. Rich man's got his latte, we won't fuss, we'll stand back. Just give us something in the cup and make it hot and black. 'Cause it's a cheap man's psychotherapy, a poor man's last resort. It's a fat man's diet, a lazy man's sport. Who'd think we'd find salvation in this bourgeois cafe diet? But it's the coffee house redemption that's keeping us alive. Every cafe has one, that shiftless ne'er-do-well, milking that one cup until it's cold and starts to smell. Children should avoid us, keep their hands into themselves. Business types avert their eyes and gaze onto the shelves. Baristas serve us cheerfully as if it's just another day. Proprietors invariably send us on our way. We'll read the daily paper till they close the joint at 5. 'Cause this coffee has redemption that's keeping us alive. 'Cause it's a cheap man's psychotherapy, a poor man's last resort. It's a fat man's diet, a lazy man's sport. Who'd think we'd find salvation in this bourgeois cafe diet? But it's the coffee house redemption that's keeping us alive. Cheap man's psychotherapy, a poor man's last resort. It's a fat man's diet, a lazy man's sport. Who'd think we'd find salvation in this bourgeois cafe dive? But it's coffee house redemption that's keeping us alive. Let's swap this out, play something else. Got that for me? Thank you, honey. That's good. Almost out.
I'll put some water in there for you if you want.
I think I'm okay. The song was really inspired by all those spinster aunts. And in Italian family traditions, it's the job of the youngest unmarried daughter to stay home and take care of aging parents. Very different from what we do in many ways now. This is The Maid's Tale. All the women that I know have married young and hard. By the age of 23, they have played out their last card. But I'll not a husband take, though it be fashion spent. 'Tis a maid I'll always be, and my time be well spent. All my sisters, like the birds, have flown from out the nest. I alone am left behind to tend to all the rest. I've an aging mother kind who needs my healing hand, and a father failing fast I will bury in this land. All those wagging fingers and those making match for me cannot conceive that I alone could ever happy be. But I work and toil the day and tend the ones I love. 'Tis not for them to plan for me, but only God above. All my sisters' daughters, may they heed this word from me. If with a man you find your love, then may you happy be. But if you find your spirit soars and cannot be held down, may you love your life the more I stand on solid ground. But if you find your spirit soars and cannot be held down, may you love your life the more and stand on solid ground. We've got one more to do, so while I'm switching here, I want to remind you, if you've a mind to or are in inclination to do so, please check the chat. Please consider making a contribution to support this series and the Kent Cultural Alliance. Thanks. We are so grateful to Blue House Productions for hosting this fabulous series, and we hope you'll check out other shows in the series as well, which are on their YouTube channel, Blue House Productions. And we hope that you can check out our music at pamortizmusic.com. We've got quite a few recordings, most of which were recorded with Blue House. So check them out. Thanks again. Have a fantastic 2021. No, I want to start right here. Well, I've traveled that highway where every wrong turn and byway represented a sorrow that I thought I had to grieve. But now my heart's firmly planted in this ground where I'm standing. And to tell the truth, I don't care if I ever leave. Well, I'm bound, I'll admit it, my life's claimed and committed, and I sometimes find it difficult to find a small reprieve. But these chains, they don't bind me, they just help to redefine me. And to tell the truth, I don't care if I ever leave. Hey, you can take this airline ticket to a far and distant land, but there's plenty of adventure in this place right where I stand. Because the thrills that I'm after are your songs and your laughter. And to tell the truth, I don't care if I ever leave. Well, there's no map that can't tell you, and no brochure that can't sell you on the subtle geography the heart alone perceives. But to reap it, you'll sow it. When you see it, then you'll know it. And to tell the truth, I don't care if I ever leave. Hey, you can take this airline ticket to a far and distant land, but there's plenty of adventure in this place right where I stand. Because the thrills that I'm after are your songs and your laughter. And to tell the truth, I don't care if I ever leave. Instead of up and outward bounding, I'm content with my surroundings. For it's here I find the friends and things that mean so much to me. So it ain't question, because the thrills that I'm after are your songs and your laughter. And to tell the truth, I don't care if I ever leave. And to tell the truth, I